Welcome to Science and Life.
When a new infectious disease like coronavirus emerges, health officials are curious to find out how the outbreak will spread. The spreading, or infectivity, is gauged by a basic reproduction number, called R0. R0 of a virus indicates the number of new infections caused by the existing number of infected cases in a population that has never seen the virus before. Basically, it is the contagiousness, or the transmissibility, of the virus. This number is governed by three parameters. The contact rate is the average number of people that an infected individual comes into contact with every day. Infection rate. This is the percentage of contacts that produce an effective infection between an infected person and a susceptible person. Then, the duration of the disease, which is the average number of days that an infected individual is infectious in transmitting the infection. Except for the duration of the disease, the other two parameters are in our control. Contact rate can be reduced by social distancing and the infection rate can be reduced by maintaining personal hygiene. R0 of infection is used to calculate the coverage of a population that must be vaccinated to contain the infection. It is also used to model an epidemic. Here is an example of modeling of a viral epidemic using a program available online. Let's model how the contact rate and the infectivity rate, the two parameters that we, as individuals, could control spreading viral infection. A note of caution is that this is only a theoretical simulation. First, look at the effect on changing the contact rate within a population of 10 million people susceptible to the virus. In the first scenario, let's keep the infectivity rate as 0.1, disease period as 14 days, mortality rate as 3, and contact rate as 2. The R0 is 2.8 in this case. Let's run the simulation. There would be 277,000 deaths, 8.9 million survived, and 7,000 people uninfected. In the second scenario, let's change the contact rate to before, and all other parameters unchanged. Now the R0 is 5.6, instead of 2.8 as with the previous case. After running the simulation, we see the number of deaths did increase by 20,000 to a total of 298,000. When the contact rate was doubled, more people got infected, and more survived too. The other change was the time that took to peak the infection. When the contact rate was doubled from 2 to 4, the time to peak was reduced from 130 days to 55 days. Now, let's look at how the infection rate changes the outcome of the simulation of the epidemic. We will double the infection rate from 0.1% to 0.2%, keeping the contact rate at 4. This changed R0 to 11.2. The simulation shows that more people, almost all of the population, got infected. However, the number of deaths did not change that much, only increased by 1,000. This suggests that with the increased number of infections, demands for healthcare needs will also go up. The time to peak of the infection became even shorter, from 55 days to 28 days. In summary, as a population susceptible to a virus, by adhering to social distancing and practicing frequent hand washing, we could save lives and ease the burden of the healthcare system to allow it to focus on the needy and more vulnerable individuals in the society. Sometimes, it might help to see the numbers to convince ourselves.
Hope you learned something new.